Welcome to the news, everyone. I'm Hunter Z Eastman. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you've been here before, smash that like button. Today, we're talking about YouTube's favorite content creator, PewDiePie. Recently, PewDiePie released a diss track by the name of Coco that targeted the children's friendly channel, CoComelon. However, you can no longer find this video because YouTube says it violates their terms of policy. Let's go ahead and look to see what policies PewDiePie broke. This video violated two policies. One, child safety, by looking like it was made for kids, but containing inappropriate content. Two, harassment, by inciting harassment at other creators. We allow criticism, but this crossed the line. Specific policy details in the image below. Alrighty then. This first statement, I understand a little bit, because if you didn't see the video, it did contain various moments where it was looking like Mr. Rogers, and the diss track kind of reads like a nursery rhyme, except there's a lot of cursing in it. But like, what does that like, by looking like it was made for kids, what does that really mean? Because does that just mean no one can mock things that are made for children? Let's say you want to do a bit about Sesame Street. Are you no longer allowed to make a bit about Sesame Street where you and your friends all dress up in costumes and make it look like you're on Sesame Street? Is that just not okay? Because it does look like it's made for kids. It's obviously not, though, because it's a joke and it's supposed to be satire. And PewDiePie is also known to make jokes and be satirical. This obviously was not him marketing this diss track for children. It was for his fans. And yes, some of them are on the younger side, but it was definitely not made for the people YouTube is trying to say it was made for. So I don't know who said this, but a YouTube spokesperson said that our policies prohibit content that leads to repeated patterns of harassment on and off platform. Following a review, we've removed this video in question for violating those policies because they had the effect of encouraging abusive fan behavior. Well, that's just it. Encouraging abusive fan behavior. Yeah, I guess you could argue that, but PewDiePie wasn't doing that. If you read between the lines, you don't even have to read between the lines that hard. You really don't have to dig that deep into this situation, because there have been multiple videos throughout the time PewDiePie has been making this meme. For those of you who aren't fans and don't watch his content, he has been, as a joke, telling people to unsubscribe from CoComelon and subscribe from him. His fans have been making him intros that have recreated the CoComelon intros throughout that entire time. He said explicitly, guys, this is just for fun. I'm just making a joke. I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. It's just for fun. And nothing happened afterwards. People didn't put up fucking billboards of like, unsub from CoComelon, subscribe to PewDiePie. That didn't happen. To say that it encouraged abusive fan behavior is ridiculous because nothing happened. There was no abusive fan behavior. He made a video that some of you might have seen called I Love Kids, where he talked about the making of CoComelon. And he talked about specifically how there were many guidelines, many things and rules he had to follow, and he followed them. He followed the COVID precautions. And the people who are saying he was cursing in front of children, that's not true. He tried to make the environment as safe and friendly as possible for the kids. He even said that it looked like the kids were having fun. But back to the swearing and cursing. They played an edited version while the children were on set. And when the children were cursing, they just said like fudge or shit. They weren't actually cursing. And then again, he encouraged his fans not to do anything. This was all just a joke for fun and games. PewDiePie did as much as possible to adhere to YouTube's terms and policies, and then YouTube decides like, actually, no, we decided, we already drew a line in the sand, but now the line is here, and no one can watch this video anymore because of that. If you even look at the policies that they cited, they highlight an update. I don't know when that update came into place, but the fact that it's still an update is hilarious. I guess if you're outside YouTube, or if you're just outside PewDiePie and you just see this video and you're like a parent, I guess to some degree you could be like, oh my god, dude, is he like, I don't want my kid watching this CoComelon diss track. This is ridiculous. If that was the case, though, YouTube didn't have to remove the video. They could have just figured out how to not have kids watch the video, which is probably not that fucking hard to do. But they removed it entirely. Their rules are so arbitrary, and they never actually hold up to their own rules, because there's an actual piece here in their policies that says scripted performances, insults made in the context of an artistic medium such as scripted satire, stand-up, comedy, or music, such as a diss track. Exactly what PewDiePie did is considered an exception, but for some reason it doesn't now. Note, this exception is not a free pass to harass someone and claim I was joking. This just gives YouTube a free pass to do whatever the fuck they want now, because they can always say, well, like they did with Coco, this draws the line. And why does it draw the line? Because there are so many other diss tracks on YouTube. It was a very popular thing for YouTubers to just make diss tracks of each other. And what even is harassment today? Fucking anything can be harassment. Slight criticism today is considered harassment. There were parts of the video where him and the kids were smashing watermelons with axes, cutting them in half, which could be a form of harassment. He challenged 69 to a fight. That was also another part of the diss track. He roasted 69, the rapper, a bit, and he says, I want to challenge 69 to a legal fight. Notice how he also said legal. Like, that's not harassment, especially when you know it is a joke. And even if you didn't know it was a fucking joke, that should not be what harassment means to you. Some guy smashing a watermelon, talking shit about a rapper. Like, people who think that way, they're just like, oh my god, dude, did you just see that new PewDiePie diss track, man? Oh fuck, I'm so scared for 6ix9ine, bro. Dude, all of PewDiePie's fans are gonna go after him. What are they gonna do to CoComelon? Fucking nothing. Literally nothing's going to happen. CoComelon isn't even like an individual YouTuber. He's not harassing a single specific person. They're a corporate entity. Are you saying that we're not allowed to roast corporations now? I forgot about this bit where they said, and for creating content that harms the YouTube community by persistently inciting hostility between creators for financial gain. I really don't think PewDiePie needs to make more money. And he has made it very clear recently that at this point in his life, he's just making these videos for fun. He does not care about the money. He's just doing what he wants to do. He's openly talked, he's like, I don't even know if I want to make videos anymore. I might retire. So he did not make Coco for financial gain. Obviously, he's not going to be mad about making money, but it was not made with the intention of financial gain. Just so we get PewDiePie's actual words from the I Love Kids video, I saw this as the finale. I am not going to continue with it because 1, it wouldn't be funny, and 2, I don't actually care about CoComelon. He even says at the end of the diss track something along the lines of, I'm just kidding, Coco, I love you. This was all a joke, which, according to YouTube, is okay. It says it right there. And this is what happens when tech goes unchecked. They're the ones that make the rules. There's no talk of how to actually help content creators. YouTube says they care about content creators, but clearly they don't. Because you know what happened? CoComelon got mad that PewDiePie made a diss track. And if you look at CoComelon, they get roughly 3 billion views a month. 3 billion views a month. That's a lot of money for YouTube. Who are you gonna side with in this situation? When CoComelon sends you an email and is like, hey, I don't like this, are you gonna side with the guys that give you a lot of money? Or are you gonna side with this guy who just likes to make jokes? Well, the answer is obviously the guy who gives you money. This is what I find the most infuriating about YouTube. They always say that they're about the content creators. They want to figure out a way to be better to the content creators. And then they take every opportunity to show you that they don't give a shit about the content creators. If YouTube is willing to remove a diss track from the biggest individual content creator on the platform, what else are they going to remove? And the answer is who they decide to remove, what they want to remove. They don't follow their own rules because there are a bunch of other diss tracks on YouTube. There are also worse videos on YouTube than diss tracks. But for some reason, this is when they decided to take a stance. And if it's not clear that they don't care about you, it's very clear now. Letting tech companies run wild and set their own rules, draw the line whenever they decide they want to draw the line, is a scary thing to do. I think after all this controversy, the video will probably come back up, or YouTube is just going to have to dig their heels in the sand and remove every other fucking diss track on the platform, which I don't think they're going to do. I believe they'll side with the community until they make an ass of themselves again. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.